All right, Coach, thank you very much. It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Minnesota Vikings and the Atlanta Falcons. The first game's out of the way. Time to buckle down for the long season ahead, and we're off in week 2. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he will score. Touchdown, Falcons. He goes 102 yards from one end zone to the other as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. So a heck of a start to this one. We haven't even gotten settled in already in the end zone on the opening kickoff.
And you know what happens, too? Now you got to translate what that means, because I think for the team that just scored, their defense, I think they'll be more aggressive now. They'll be bolder. They're playing with a lead and an early one and some momentum. So if you're the offensive coordinator on the other side of the field, you better be prepared for some heavy pressure coming your way. They're going to try and get another big score and a big one early.
So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. They go play action. Cousins. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. And an alley to run. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. This is Carson. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd and 9, Cousins. That's caught by the tight end, Irv Smith Jr. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 44-yard line.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2.
He's checking.
Here's Carson. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
And the play clock becoming an issue, so Mike Zimmer's forced to call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Check, watch 54, watch 54. We own it. We own it. Ringo 48.
On first down, it's Carson. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Up from his linebacker spot, Deion Jones making the play.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
They'll try to throw now. Cousins. And his throw here's incomplete. Chris Carson, the intended receiver, and it's third down.
So it looked like maybe his third or his fourth read on his progression. Just trying to find his outlet man that time. Ends up leading him just a bit too much.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Going deep for Diggs. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now, seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. Ryan and the Falcons now come up 1st and 10 at the 20.
It's just me and you. 54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54.
Here's Ryan to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle.
Space. Check Mike 54.
They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. And again, he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down.
Gun. Hey, South. Hey, team 6.
From the shotgun, Ryan. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. 3rd down, passing down. They throw the extra defensive back in there for a nickel package, and it worked out.
And it's not anything that you would think is just great strategy. It's just that when you have 5 defensive backs on the field and an obvious passing down, it's a lot tougher to complete a pass. And on that play, they completed it just to the wrong team, and it cost them 6 points.
And his kick is good, but flags come in. Looks like we're going to get a roughing call here on the follow-through. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Ryan will bring the Falcons up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. And now we'll get a stoppage here. There appears to be an injured Falcon on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Here we go. Kill.
They'll run. This is Gus Edwards. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
55 Mike, got 55.
Out of the gun, it's Ryan. Open man is Hansen. A gain of 7, and they pick up the first.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
And let's pin the mirrors back.
Edwards now on 1st and 10. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
21. Check 55 to Mike. Check.
Ryan. He'll throw complete to Gus Edwards. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 34-yard line.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. Accelerating, and off he goes. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down. So now 2 pick-sixes that he's thrown in this first half of play. Where do you go from here?
Well, number 1, make sure you keep your poise. Make sure you go to the sideline after throwing this second one, and you look like you're still in charge, that you're still the guy, because your team's going to feed off of you. And if you're having your hands on your head or shaking your head, walking with your head down, guess what? They're not going to rally at all.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. And job 1 here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
On 2nd down now, it's Freeman. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for a 1st down for the Falcons.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
After 1, 17-7 to score on EA Sports. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Undercrush. twitch. Hey, straight playing. Hey, Alpha.
Now Ryan. Looking downfield for Jones. And that's caught inside the 35. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. It's a gain of 35. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well. They'll get a few stops.
Now Ryan on first down. That's complete to his tight end, Seals Jones. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained. So they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10.
54. Hey, Irvin. Check. Watch 54. Let's go, defense. Our time. It's our time. Mike 5-4.
Ryan. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
Another dangerous throw there, partner. I mean, he's already thrown 2 interceptions here in the first half. I don't know if you want to keep throwing up 50-50 balls, and you've had that kind of lack of success.
Yeah, absolutely. Very well could have been a 3rd interception in half number 1.
Face. 55. Check. 55. Mike. Coming. Gun. Mike 55. Hey, let him go.
On 3rd down, Ryan. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by the former first-rounder, Trey Waynes. No doubt a very disappointing end to what was a pretty strong opening drive.
They had 3 points in their back pocket. It was there for them. If you don't like what you see, just throw it away. Make sure you get those points on the board. Don't get too greedy. He forced it there. You saw the end result.
They'll start out on the ground with Carson. And he is going to lose yardage here. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Cousins now. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Grady Jarrett making his presence felt. He gets the sack.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes, and just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterbacks have been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
Under pressure again, and down he goes again. The Clemson Tiger, Vic Beasley, reaches home that time.
Now, that's a pretty darn good start to his season, huh? A sack in the opener, adds a 2nd one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's paying off.
Fielded just inside the 20. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. On 2nd down, Freeman. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
The Falcons on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Now Ryan going to give it to Freeman. Pretty move. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 10 yards there and a first down for the Falcons.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
On the heels of that good carry by Devontae Freeman, here's 1st and 10. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Off the play fake. Here's Ryan. Buying time to his left. 8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a 1st down. The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced the ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
Now a 1st down run is sniffed out from the start as they'll drop him for a loss of 4. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in his 2nd week of the regular season. The pass from Ryan complete to Freeman. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4.
21.
From the gun, it's Ryan. And it's complete. Hooper. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the 1st down.
Mike 55, Mike 55, Mike 55.
On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And still plenty of time remaining here in the half, more than a minute. We'll see if they just want to protect that lead or try to add on to it.
Well, with as much time as is left on the clock, I would imagine it would be the latter. I think they're going to try and add on to it. So what they're going to tell the team is very simply, if you can get out of bounds after making a play downfield, terrific. If you can't, everyone hustle to the line of scrimmage, either run another play or clock it and start over again.
It's caught by Aguilar. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside.
54, Mike 54. Let's go. 300. Watch twins.
They'll run on 1st down. Carson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
But he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
A 1st down throw for Cousins. Looking for Diggs, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And he'll return this one just shy of midfield to the 49.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. That's caught inside the 20. And he is down deep into Minnesota territory. The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now it's Ryan. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. There to knock that one away defensively, Eric Kendricks. I hate to sound really negative, but at this point, an incomplete pass, almost a moral victory that it's not picked off.
Well, you may hate to sound negative, but that was negative.
It was very negative, I know. But all these first-half interceptions, it's been tough to watch.
Yeah, couldn't find a silver lining in this one. Much more like lead.
On 2nd down. It's Freeman, and they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. Now it's Ryan. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half. And his kick is good. And they're back within a touchdown. It's 17-10. So, yes, they'll still be down going into intermission, but the deficit is now made even smaller, very manageable.
Yeah, and if nothing haywire happens here in this last couple of precious seconds, they will go into the locker room with a nice bounce in their step, having gotten a little bit closer on the scoreboard.
So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. This will be taken in at the 1. And his guys will get the football right. The 20-yard line. At their own 20-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show him one thing, hit him with something else.
Looks like he's going to get a couple here on this first down carry, and that'll make it 2nd and 8. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Cousins. Got this complete to the rookie out of UMass, Andy Isabella. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 45-yard line. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. And you probably talked about since training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. There's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away.
Well, we saw them there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Carson. Now Carson fumbles the football. And the Falcons say they have it. They do. Not the trend he wanted to start the season with a fumble lost in both weeks 1 and 2. Now, it's not a disaster, but certainly not what he was looking for.
Got to get that fixed because otherwise he shows up on every scouting report. I remember sitting in defensive rooms and hearing the scouting report from my coaches, and if someone had a particular problem carrying the ball and holding on to it, that was noted. Hey, make sure you get a little extra attention to him. Get after the football. He's dropped it the last couple of games.
They'll try to get the ground game going with Freeman. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
20.
And now a 10th carry for Freeman. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
It's interesting going into this game. There was so much talk from both sides about who would control the line of scrimmage. I think we've seen who has it in this one so far.
Well, they bottled him up. He's barely averaging over 3 yards a carry right now.
Ready. Watch the run. Check.
On 3rd down, Ryan gets it off to Freeman. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first.
Let him know.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And down to the 44, 5 yards that time.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
55, 39. Smooth. 55.
From the 44, Ryan. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's taken down inside the 30. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 29-yard line.
Ready, Blue 80. 58. Check. Fresno.
On 1st down, Freeman. And he'll be brought down at about the 25 after a pickup of 4.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right, it might go to them in this game.
I like that. MVU. Well done.
Back. Ready to go.
On 2nd down, it's Edwards. And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4.
Tuesday.
Operating from the gun, Ryan hit, and he lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute.
Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. It's picked up, a live ball. And now nothing but green ahead of him. 30, 20, 10. And he's going to score. It's a Viking touchdown. In for the score. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. We talk about it a lot. One of the dangers of the long field goal, you got to kind of hit it low and drive it. That makes it susceptible to a block here. Not only do they block it, they return it.
And how about how well they did on the return where they didn't create a penalty? Oftentimes in that type of a scrambling situation, someone will clip, someone will block below the waist, right? You name it. In this case, though, that didn't happen. They formed it up, and he took it all the way back for a touchdown.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Last time they had a little bit of a special teams breakdown. That field goal was blocked.
Yeah, and everything has to be precise in the kicking game. Snap, hold, kick. Obviously the blocking to keep people out. So what you really want to do is get in there and get 6 points and take the pressure off of those guys.
At the 19-yard line.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
I don't think you got it, son.
Hey, Tuesday.
I got you, son. I got you. You're all mine.
From the gun, Ryan. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Well, it's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Right here.
Operating from the gun, Ryan, and finding the tight end Hooper. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Atlanta.
Like so many tight ends nowadays, they have no problem at all putting him in the slot and letting him go to work, and that's a nice pitch and catch right there for a first down.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Wait.
He's crashing.
Let him go.
Now Ryan. They'll set up the screen for Freeman. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. A loss of 2 there. 2nd down. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on 1st down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're either throwing it at the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it up, or you throw it away. Throw it over the sideline. Don't try and freelance and try and make a bigger play. There's really no one else running a pattern that should be open.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. The Falcons on 3rd down. 5 out of 9 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12.
Y'all playing the wrong football.
Throwing again, Ryan. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. He got out of bounds. That's a good thing, but still short of the 1st.
And now, since this brings up 4th down, the defensive play caller, grab your nerves, because now you don't want to be so amped up that you give them a 1st down by getting out of your lanes, but you also don't want to just lay back and let them have it easily.
We ain't giving them nothing today.
That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Vikings will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking 1st downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, 1st downs, they can't touch the ball.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. They run again with Carson. And he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line. It's a gain of maybe 3, but it's going to leave him with still about 8 or 9 to go on 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down.
Jahan, ready?
Come on, 45. Coming, baby. I'm coming, baby.
From the gun, here's Cousins. Being chased out left. He may try and run for this. And he's dropped just shy of the 25 at the 24. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a 1st down.
1st down, Vikings.
It's our field. Hey, it's our field.
Here's Madison running on first down. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. Ricardo Allen, the safety, makes the stop. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Stop your whining. SOS. 45 to Mike. 45 to Mike. Watch the pass.
New draw quarter.
They'll try to throw now. Cousins. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon. But with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Check 41. Ricky.
The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The offense on 3rd down tonight, just 1 for 3 thus far. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. Throwing, Cousins. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Perhaps they overthought this one a little bit. They've been running it real well on this drive, and it was 3rd and short, okay? They decided to throw the football incomplete. Yeah, they might have thought just a little bit too hard about that play selection.
Let's go. Let's do it.
At their own 18-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here?
And got his man complete. Past the 20. Touchdown, Falcons. Julio Jones, 82 yards, as his guys are back within a single score. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a 1-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
They're really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Cousins. It's complete to Diggs. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8. Cousins now 5 straight completions here in this 2nd half. 1st and 10.
Hey, switch gears.
Now it's Carson, and just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. And in this situation with a lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. They'll run it with Madison. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone.
Hey, Ringo, 48.
Check this guy.
Another carry now for Madison. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. 9 yards the pickup there, and it's a 1st down. The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. They're not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Going on the ground with Madison. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Falcons going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13.
Check 13. Check 13.
On 2nd down, this is Madison. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. The tally there, minus 2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
2 yards. And it's 3rd down.
3rd and 15 here after the 1st and 2nd down plays went in the wrong direction.
Be afraid of me. Slam, slam, slam. No, no, no.
They run it with Carson. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the 1st. A good pickup there, 7 yards, but it brings up 4th down.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
And his kick is good. And that will push the lead up to double digits now at 10. So barring something extraordinary here in the closing stages, that field goal should just about put this one on ice.
Yeah, we've got to find 2 scores. So, we're not going to exactly move it over there yet. It can be done, but boy, it's going to be a little bit of a stretch for them, isn't it?
Yeah, they would have to move incredibly quick and have some luck, too.
At their own 25-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, 2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back and then score again, but they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing...
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. But Charles, it's great to win at home in the NFL. When you win on the road, it's a little extra special, isn't it?
It is because, let's face it, in most cases, you're not expected to go on the road and win in the National Football League. It just doesn't usually compute. So to get out there, get that done, and then head back to your city with one in the victory column, oh, that's a fantastic feeling.
So for Minnesota, they did what they needed to do. They split their first 2 road games of the year. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to the Windy City to take on the Bears. Meanwhile, for the Falcons, they will fall to 1-1. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to KC to take on the Chiefs. I'm